cold water, though.
Ross, MJ Gaitan, and Rocky Eagle here. We'll open up right up for questions.
Rocky, there at the end, the crowd chants your name. What was that feeling kind of like?
Oh, man, that was amazing. I just knew when there were 7 seconds to go, I knew it was a wrap, and I was just going to put the finishing touches. But honestly, what you said there, like, it was really cool to hear them, say my name. When you hear your name, it's something special to you. And, hearing a Cyclone chant would have been awesome. But the fact that they were saying my name just really felt like they were in the moment with me, and they were really behind me during that moment. So that was especially cool.
MJ, I know how proud you are of being from California, hence the California Love Anthem. How much does Hilton Magic mean to you, and what does it mean to you to produce like you did today?
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, coming from California, one of the main reasons I came out here is for the love of wrestling, for sure. So all the fans, everyone that's into it, they know how like wrestling goes. They know when to call stall calls. They know when you're wrestling good and stuff. So it was really fun since wrestling in that my freshman year, my sophomore year, and being one match away, almost like, damn, like it's almost like a nightmare, like we can't win it, and we finally get it done. And it's just so real out there. It's crazy.
Did somebody really tell you at Casey's yesterday that you're gonna lose?
Yeah, I was at Casey's yesterday with my roommate CJ, but no, we were checking out, and there was this guy with this Iowa hoodie, and he like turned around and said, "Hey, you guys wrestlers?" We're like, yeah, we wrestle. Say, who you got tomorrow? Said it to my roommate CJ. He's like, oh, I'm not wrestling. He's like, oh, then who you got? I said, I got Kennedy. He said, Kennedy? I said, yeah. He said, ouch, and then walks out the store. I said, what? Ouch? So whatever. So that was just extra chip on my shoulder, extra fuel. I mean, all the media saying I was gonna get majored, C Piles saying I was gonna get majored, saying I was gonna lose. Nobody had me winning except myself. Doesn't matter what. I'm the only one stepping out there. So why should I listen to them? I shouldn't. You shouldn't. You should. And that's what I did. I went out there and I performed.
Hey, you know what the crazy thing is? He had Casey's Pizza yesterday. And he
no, I wasn't there for that.
We need to get an NIL deal or something. That's amazing.
Rocky, what were your thoughts about finishing this up when you found out that they're starting with younger at heavyweight, meaning you were probably in that position to be able to seal the deal?
I was honestly so excited. My coach just told me that about a week and a half ago, hey, we're going to flip for heavy. And I was just like, initially I just said, all right, that's fine. Of course, you just take it, and you kind of have to adapt as an athlete. It's kind of, in changing circumstances, you just have to be able to adapt. And the more I started thinking about it, the more I realized that there's potential that it could have came down to my match. And the more I got excited for that, because I know that that's a moment that I came back for, I came here for. I came to Iowa State, too, and I just told Coach Dresser when I was walking in, I said, this is one of the reasons I came here, for this CyHawk duel. So I was very excited to go last.
MJ, take me through some of those moves and positions you found yourself in to get a few of those takedowns. I mean, at one point, from where I was sitting, which was way up top, it looked like you got a takedown with a headlock via your legs. Like, you had his head wrapped up in your legs, you were able to get a takedown off of that. Take me through some of those positions.
Yeah, so from what I remember, he shot in. I got to my crotch lift that I like, and I knew that scrambling was going to favor me in this matchup, so I took him in those positions, and you never plan really what's going to happen. You're kind of just out there, and you feel something, or you feel him get stuck. You try to make him stop, and I found myself trying to half him with my legs, and I'm looking down at the mat, seeing he's got his back to it, so holding him there, squeezing, staying tight, getting the takedown. But, I mean, I've been wrestling like that since I was 5 years old. You can't take the funk out of me. Like, it just happens naturally. When I go out there and I feel something and it's there, I'm going to hit it. I'm not scared to hit it.
Evan, what was it like knowing that Iowa defeated Iowa State for 20-plus years? It's longer than most of the kids on the campus have been alive. What is it like wrestling in it, but then also being a teammate and seeing Rocky seal the deal?
Yeah, I think it was pretty crazy. It's almost like a blackout moment, with everybody screaming and you're screaming your lungs out to, all your teammates, and you're kind of jumping up and down. Especially, we haven't seen too much of Rocky in the crowd. Obviously, he's a 4-time All-American. We know he's really good at wrestling, and we watch him in the room. So kind of like what he was saying earlier, that, that's kind of one of the moments that you live for. But, yeah, celebrating with our team, it's crazy. We went back in the locker room. We were going crazy. So, just a great moment overall.
So coming down to 133 for this duel, and you probably couldn't draw a tougher opponent and a guy like Drake Ayala, who you wrestled before. But even late, you're able to get the takedowns late to come back and get the victory. Just how were you feeling throughout that match as you went out and then you get to the end there?
Yeah, I felt great. I really, I wasn't really too nervous. That was a guy that I wrestled last year in the CyHawk duel. That was my first time wrestling him. I knew the slide by was coming, and he hit me with it early, and I kind of was able to feel that. But in terms of my conditioning, my lungs, my legs, etc., I felt great. Like I said, the nerves weren't really a factor, and Metcalf kind of he walked me through, said, you're gonna have to wrestle this guy hard, and it's gonna have to be 7 minutes hard, and if it's any less than that, odds aren't in your favor. So that's kind of what I did, and I think the offense showed. So
For you, Evan, obviously 1 year at Dowling before you came here, so you had an idea of the CyHawk. MJ, you've been at Iowa State now for a while, and Rocky kind of just getting here. But individually for you guys, what does it mean to each of you to break the streak of 20 years now to give the CyHawk duel back in Ames?
who want to start?
I'll go. I feel like it means a lot to me because knowing all the different transfer that I had last year with Feldkamp coming up so close with that team, and then with Bachman coming close with that team, and all those separate teammates that I've had throughout the years. I mean, this is obviously like not the most important thing in the season, but it's second most important for sure. March is where we're headed, but it's surreal and it means a lot because how much effort Dave puts into the team still, even if he's not on it. He's always around with us, helping us, training us. So it felt really good to accomplish it for all the guys in the last 3-4 years. So it means a lot.
Yeah, and I'd say, obviously I'm new to this team, so it's a little bit different for me than I think it is these guys. But I even remember, of course, watching just as a wrestling fan, my past 5 years in college, always watching the CyHawk and realizing when I got here how close we were every year. And going back and watching those matches when I became a transfer, I just realized, man, we were like literally inches away, and that's happened multiple times. So, the thing I've always kind of tried to live by in college is, I wanna win for those around me, and I feel like that's what really summed up this performance from a lot of us today. I've always talked about with my brother, of course, being on a team with him for so long. I don't even want to win nationals for myself. I want to win it for us, for our family, for God, for my city, for my team. And so I feel like this was kind of a selfless win from all of us. This is kind of for Hilton Magic, for the Cyclones, for the team, and it's like a community win in a sense. So.
For both you, MJ, and Evan, last year I feel like you guys were really confident coming into the year. You guys felt like you had a team that could contend. Obviously, things don't go your way with injuries. But what does this do confidence-wise for you guys moving forward, getting a win over a team like Iowa?
Yeah, I think it's great. 2 top 5 teams, especially, with the rivalry that we have going on. I think this is just kind of something to help us move forward. Dresser talked about, this is these guys in turn, kind of last hard match. For us is our first. We're starting here, then we're going to Vegas. So I think this really helps us move forward. Obviously we got a little confidence, and a quick turnaround. But yeah, I think it's great. It kind of gives us that little bit of edge to help us keep moving forward. So.
Yeah, same thing there. We're going to go right back to work tomorrow, starting tomorrow, getting ready for Vegas. So it's good momentum heading into Vegas, but we just got to go back to the drawing board, get your weight right, train, and get back in that routine.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we didn't say you lose, you just said ouch, so you imply